On today's episode of Brick Talk, we are talking about the brand new slate of August 1st LEGO releases. Which of these sets will we be picking up for personal build, and which do we think might be good investments? But before any of that, I'm going to hit you with a surprise topic. What do you think about the rumored Shackleton's Endurance LEGO set? Have you seen that?
Isn't that amazing story?
So the greatest part of that whole story, the whole survival story, is that Shackleton, I think, remained in command mostly, other than the times they split up. It was like 58 guys or something, right? No one died. They were adrift and lost at sea for like, what, a year? 2 years in the ice?
2 years.
Like caught in the ice?
Yep.
No one died. They worked together. They like nearly starved. It was crazy.
He had one person start to question him early, and he snuffed that out in an excellent display of leadership and got everybody literally and figuratively rowing in the same direction for 2 years. And he kept everybody alive. And obviously everybody that was there with him, did their part too, but you got to have a leader. And so his story is fascinating because every turn they were just on life's razor thin edge.
From one thing to another.
And then the best part is that they land back on, I think it was Elephant Island. Is that the name of the island?
Yeah, that was like
started
on this remote, uninhabited island with no human facilities called Elephant Island. I believe because of the elephant seals that live there. Correct? Okay. I could be wrong about that.
And then what was the island that he started the trip from?
I believe it's close to South America, Brazil or Argentina.
There was one little town on the island, and he landed on the exact opposite side, and there's a large mountain ridge between where he landed and where the town was. So after 2 years and surviving through all that, the best he can do is land on the opposite side. And then I think he had 4 people with him, or 4 total. They had to mountain climb a ridge that had never been climbed before. And even today, when people climb it, they say it's one of the most difficult climbs in the world. And they're using modern day gear, and these guys use gear from 100 plus years ago.
100 years ago.
And they climbed up, and when they got to the other side, they were like, all right, it's getting dark. If we stay up here, we die of hypothermia. We don't have time to climb down. And so we are literally going to sit on our butts and slide down as far as we can and hope that we don't hit rocks, trees, and die off of a cliff or whatever else. And so they make it that far, and they're within hours of death, and they have to take that kind of risk. And they survive it. They walk into town.
Everyone survived.
They pick up the people they left behind at Elephant Island. If you haven't read the book or know the story, it's amazing. All right, David, you can talk about Legos for the next 20 minutes since I talked about that for the first 20 minutes.
Yeah, I can't wait to see some pictures of that Endurance Lego set once that's released. I think it's a $200 price point they're building it to, and I'm excited. That one for me will be a personal build. I would want to build that with my dad, who gave me the book on Endurance. Yep. So, and it should look great. It should be a good like bookshelf piece. I have a lot of dorky stuff behind me, but a lot of people like these nice polished ideas sets and things in their living room. You know what I mean? Not everyone has lettering behind them and, mocks, whatever this is.
Yeah, lettering. I mean, you know what great set that is. We all love that one, right, David?
Oh, boy. Maybe
Star Wars dioramas.
Maybe at 40% off. I like it.
All right, fine. This is the Cantina.
Everybody knows that one.
And these are the large Technic supercars. That's the F1 McLaren.
Are you going to get the rumored new McLaren, I believe, the P1?
Short answer is yes, I can't help it. Every time I try to steer away from the cars, I just like them. I don't even know that much about cars. I know a lot about racing, but sports cars, I don't know that much about.
I'm the opposite. I know a lot about street cars and nothing about racing.
Okay, so that's good. So we mesh together, but I still love sports cars. And so even though I'm like, yeah, I don't know the specs from one to the other, I'm like, that's a Lambo and that's pretty awesome.
I mean, yeah, it's funny to see engine power and technology has come really far in 20 years. So a cool car from the 90s will be big old V8, 300 HP. Modern engine will be double that. But yeah, no, car culture, amazing. I love swaps, collector cars, German, Japanese, everything. You could be really creative. A lot of people are really creative with their, project cars.
So what's that build behind you on the shelf? It looks like you're doing your own little Super Mario playset mock.
So one of my favorite planets in the Star Wars universe, let me nerd out for a second, is Kashyyyk, the Wookiee planet. It's foresty. It has a beach. It just looks like a really nice place to spend some time, if not for a droid invasion. invasion. And so I love building like the Kashyyyk docks, the city, the tree city. I just think it's such a cool environment. So when I'm building my mocks, I like to build in those colors to that environment. It helps that a lot of my clone collection is those 15-year-old Phase 2 clone troopers that came in the original Clone Battle Pack. So I'm just all about the nostalgia with my mock building. And that's the beginning of something I will, maybe we'll see what happens. I might build it out. I might scrap it.
No, I kid and I like it. And then I think to your right, the other side, you've got a plant over there. And I don't know if you know this, but Lego has gotten into this theme called botanicals, and they're pretty popular. And they're making some pretty good plants. So if you would like to, continue with the Lego theming, since we are a Lego podcast, you could replace that plant with, something that is cooler than some live organic plant. I mean, everybody has those.
No, I think the organic plant is cooler. It's alive. It purifies the air. It does attract bugs, a little bit sometimes if we get bugs in the house. But other than that, they're great. And I see what you're doing. You almost sound like a salesman, my man.
I do what I can.
Yes, we got some studio upgrades, the couch that we put in, and yeah, some new shelving. I'm hoping to be able to display more of my personal collection on the shelves behind me. It cracks me up. We got a comment about, "This is so sad. All you guys talk about is speculating and investing in children's toys." I'm like, bro, I also play with the children's toys. I literally built that. One thing I like to do is purchase sets, either secondhand or new for personal build. Maybe it's a Star Wars set where I want the vehicle, but I don't really care about the minifigures. I will keep the vehicle, kind of make it my own, mock it up a little bit, sell the minifigures to basically recoup the whole cost. Or I'll do the opposite. I'll sell the vehicle and keep the minifigures, like in the case of the Republic fighter tank. If there's something I want for personal, I'll usually find a way to afford it. And then when I get bored of stuff, I sell it on and I buy new stuff.
Yeah.
Either new sets or new old sets, like sets from my childhood era, which is kind of 2004 Lego Star Wars to about 2009 Lego Star Wars. Great years there.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, we were talking about the troll commenters, and hey, everybody say what you want to say, have your opinions. I don't care. I enjoy it. But
yeah, you're entitled to your own opinion.
Have at it. Yeah. Give DG as much hell as you can.
And while we're at it, not financial advice. We are just two nerds talking about the collectible Lego market.
A secondary market for Lego is great because kids, adults love to be able to go back and get minifigures they wanted, parts of sets. There are some original Star Wars sets that I want. I love the fact that somebody kept this and quote unquote invested in it.
That's cool.
So that I could get it someday, right? Like, that is awesome.
That's very cool.
Or how about the original X-Wing?
You know what cracks me up about that box is look at the lower left, the piece count. The font is totally different. They haven't done it like that for like years.
That's awesome. And you fast forward someday and take like these two dioramas 10 years from now, somebody, whether it's open or not, but hopefully the box still there, somebody's gonna be like, check out these cool dioramas.
Those dioramas are so mid, and I feel like even an amateur mock builder could easily build a better, Battle of Utapau, some mock they actually want with a good quote on it. They can custom print a brick, since it's 2024 and we can do that stuff now.
Wait. So you don't like the quote? Quick, jam their comm links, center switch.
That's just like meaningless battle dialogue.
That doesn't like inspire you to, seize the day?
They drop the ball so hard on these dioramas. I'm never going to like them, and especially with better options like the MIDI Starship collection available to invest in and enjoy for personal build, as well as the new addition to the character lineup. We have now Chewbacca, R2, and the new gold C-3PO, $140. Looks like it will ship from August 1st. Box looks to be the same form factor as the Chewbacca. I would maybe think it would be a little smaller since it's half the piece count of the Chewbacca.
I think it is, yeah.
But if you can get this at other retailers, Target, Walmart, Amazon, for maybe closer to $100 on discount, that could be a better value proposition, either for personal or investment. We have, I believe this is a sticker in the middle, unfortunately. What do you think about the eyes?
So I know everybody accuses me of always being too positive, and I see the world through rose-colored lenses, and all of that is true.
Look at this man's beard.
I don't care about the man's beard. I couldn't grow this is like 2 weeks for me. I couldn't grow a beard if I tried. But back to C-3PO's eyes. I know there's been some hate about him. I actually think Lego did pretty well on the face for this set. This looks like C-3PO. I'm impressed.
To do the entire nose and mouth with one of those shield Nexonites tiles.
C-3PO has a very, very specific expression. I don't know how to describe it, but it's like the attentive clueless. And so to me, that's the face right there. Is it perfect? No. Is it Lego-fied? Yes. But I think it's pretty darn good. And so I'm happy with it. Chewbacca, the C-3PO, and the R2-D2, they scale well together. They are original trilogy. A lot of people are starting to get kind of negative on the new Star Wars content. So I think we're going to see a boomerang back to desirability for more of the original trilogy. I think these guys have a shot, but only, like I've always said, at fantastic discount. Like the Chewbacca, $100 to maybe $115 and a long hold time. R2-D2 with that Darth Malak is really good. So, we should be able to get that for $70. But this C-3PO, under $100. I'm sure we'll get that opportunity somewhere. I definitely want one of each for my own display. And that's the first time I've wanted large Star Wars figures. These are the first. I know they've made others in the past, others R2-D2, other kind of Technic type figures. I haven't wanted any of them for personal collection. These three I like.
They're the best looking ones so far. So, I mean, they're collectible. Like you just said, they're adult oriented. They're the best looking versions of those figures that we've ever gotten. So I see tons of appeal for adult fans or just fans of the OT. This looks pretty good. And I think those pieces are gold, not chrome gold, pearl gold.
Yeah, pearl gold, but there's the occasional painted gold piece in there. I think the eyes are, and oh my gosh, I'm salivating.
Hey man, it comes with a Darth Malak, and that set has been showing up at $50 at Costco. Not scheduled to retire this year, but maybe something to look at for 2025.
And if it's already popping at 50 at some Costco's, that does throw a monkey wrench in it for investing. Other sets that have hit 50% off early in their life have, I forget some other examples. I'm sure you can think of some. But
like the Disney Wish set, Kevin?
That one's a winner. I got a couple comments on how great of a choice I made.
Every time you pull that set out on the podcast, you should pay a fine of $1 into the tip jar.
The swear jar, the Wish swear jar.
And when you reach $16, we buy you a battle pack. Ship it to your house and smack you in the face with it.
That throne room, wasn't it Boba Fett's throne room?
Yeah, this $100 set showed up for $50 at Costco, and it hasn't done any favors to the aftermarket. BrickLink averaged $63. I think on eBay and Amazon, it's closer to $70 or $80. But that's still well below its original MSRP, and it is 7 months retired.
And 6 of the 7 minifigures are unique. However, there's still some zombie stock out in the wild here and there. It pops up every now and then.
I think I've seen this at Barnes & Noble for full price, not moving, obviously. But there could be some potential long-term with these minifigures. You want to talk about some more August sets, or...?
Yeah, let me see. I got a couple that I'm excited about.
Hey, can you not be annoying? Please, thank you. You're getting cut in the edit, so enjoy yourself. Transitioning now to the next LEGO Star Wars set we have to look forward to. This is 66787 Jedi Master gift set. We had the Hoth pack last year and the Tatooine Galactic Adventure pack the year before. Both have performed pretty well for investment. This is 3 sets: Obi-Wan Starfighter, Yoda Starfighter, and the 501st Battle Pack. Only the Yoda Starfighter is scheduled to retire in 2024. With 2 of the 3 sets not retiring here, will you still be picking this up?
Probably not. I'm not going to put a lot of effort into this one. This will be one where if I see it on the shelves at Walmart for like clearance, I know they kind of do a standard 20 to 30% discount. They clearance it a little bit more, and I'm picking up each set for 50% off. Yeah, I'd get some. But the cool thing about this is you got a couple of different options for selling it. You can sell it in this 3-in-1 box, and that way you're selling 3 sets in one transaction. Or you can open up the box, and it's actually the 3 individual sets all boxed up. The Starfighter with the Tanwi minifigure was supposed to retire at the end of last year. It's hanging on another year. It's gotten very stale. Obviously, the battle packs are pretty good, but this 501st, it has been out for a while already, and it's going to 2025. And then Yoda's Starship there is nothing too special. It's basically a remake from the one 5 years ago. I actually saw one of those Yoda Starships at Walmart just the other day for 50% off, and I walked right by it.
I'm not as discouraged by the 501st Battle Pack getting pushed back to 2025. So this will have a 3-year shelf life. But you know what other set had a 3-year shelf life, Kevin? Is this baby right here. The first 501st Legion Clone Troopers, $30 set. Brick set has it as $35, but if you check on Amazon, it's a lot closer to $55.60. On eBay, closer to $45.50.
Yeah, but this one came out in August of 20, so more like a 2.5-year shelf life.
I still believe in my boys in white and blue. These are amazing clone army builders. And look, the helmet holes are actually being used on 4 out of 4 figures. Personally, I hate the design of this rangefinder. They should have put a black stripe there or just left it off. It looks like he's blind. Like, how are you going to see out of this? The rangefinder is good. I don't know what is that, binoculars, and that's a rangefinder. And then these visors look really great here. And honestly, the build is not a throwaway. The cannon, I've seen a couple of alt builds of like 2 or 3 of these. Anyways, it's not ideal to be buying sets when they're not scheduled to retire. But for the long term, I am a big believer in this set for investment.
Well, like most of our podcasts, it didn't take David too long to start sucking up to the battle packs again. I think they're good, but I'm not going crazy over them like David is.
Battle packs, and especially clone battle packs, are such a known technology for growing money that, yeah, you're going to get smacked in the face with these battle pack results.
Oh, I'm getting some. Just not yet. And I'm waiting until they're on super discount at the last minute.
Well, another set we've seen on super discount recently is this Clone Commander Cody, $39.19 from Target, and then Amazon actually price matched this deal. So 44% off is amazing for a helmet. Last year's best deal on the helmet, the Red 5 helmet, was available for $43, I think, at the lowest. Now Cody's available for $39, even lower. That's an easy win. Even at MSRP, you're making money on that. At the moment, I'm sitting on 12 of these at a cost basis of about $40.
Yeah, that's pretty good. And I think that I'm looking around. I got 5 over there. I got another 6 right here, 2 over there, 2 more in the mail, and then 6 more in the mail. So if I add that up, I think it's just shy of 20 that I picked up this week.
Well, Kevin, I have a humble brag. And that is a set that I've recently been selling, which I've doubled my money on in less than 12 months. And now that I've set you up with lofty expectations, let me reveal the set.
Like while you're pulling this up in my head, I hear that the ROI is 100%, but now I'm guessing what that dollar value is, and the over under in my head is $5 a unit. So I can't wait to see what you made $4 a pop on.
The set I want to talk about is 60394 ATV and Otter Habitat. This is a $10 city set. I'm going to let you viewers in on a little bit of a secret, not financial advice. I love $10 city sets in terms of price multiplication. Yes, it's a lot of work. Probably only if you're an Amazon seller is it really worth it. But these cheap little sets multiply percentage-wise super, super fast, and it can be a great way to start in a fast, aggressive, labor-intensive snowball, and then later on in your LEGO investing, moving on to things like modulars and larger price point sets for operational efficiency. But I've recently been selling this set on Amazon for $29.99. Here it is today for $28.45, just nearly that. This is an FBM. We can see that because it is shipping from the vendor, which is a third-party seller. This set is retired. It retired at the end of 23, just about 7 months ago. $10 set, and my buy price was $8.75. So not even that great of a discount. So if I want to, I can pop over to BrickBucks Ignite real quick, which is a paid LEGO investing group. Link to a 1-month free trial in the description if you are interested. I can put in the set number, my buy price, and the price I am selling the set for, in this case $29.99. Pop that in, and it will calculate for me the shipping and handling, the platform fee, the net sales, the profit, and the ROI of 147% after fees. 16-month hold time. So that's actually a $13 profit, just about, Kevin. Not a $5 profit.
$13, 147% is pretty good.
And I shipped a whopping quantity of 5 of these sets, clearing out my inventory. I'm just here to brag about my huge wins, you know?
I have some good news for you. I'm not sure about our viewers, but after your in-depth analysis on a $10 set, it's only by a hair, but I am still awake. And so at least you have one person still paying attention to you. Yeah, talking about the new August release sets coming out, there's some pretty good ones. Like, have you seen this new McLaren P1? $450, the next Technic supercar.
If it isn't red and start with F, Ferrari, I'm not interested.
I kind of like the color on this one, though. You can get these on discount. Sometimes somebody's got them on like Facebook Marketplace or even on eBay, but I'm hoping to get it for like $325, and I will be patient, years patient if I have to be.
Pull up a new Google tab and type in race stock. So there is an investment component to our channel. We do always say, not financial advice. You're up 161% the last 5 years in Ferrari stock. Obviously, Legos multiply faster. And yes, I said Legos with an S. But Ferrari stock has done pretty well. Revenue's going diagonally up, my friends, which is what we like to see. So I don't own a position in this stock. I just think it's interesting. And I look back at Ferrari stock and thought, man, if only I'd have known.
Well, nonetheless, thank you for the Ferrari side talk, but this is a McLaren and it is pretty darn awesome, especially the top view here that looks like a jock strap. That's pretty sweet. I stole that from somebody else. I saw somebody post that. I can't take credit. The spin.
Ooh.
Pretty good shaping.
Honestly, Technic has come a long way. Give me the spin one more time. Looks like the canopy is steeper in the front, steeper rake, and then it's a slower slide off, a gentler rake off the back. That's interesting, and it's amazing they can do that with Technic now.
Yeah, and that's probably the one area that's not quite exactly like the shaping of the real vehicle, but good enough for me.
The headlights look great. The shaping overall is great.
And I will say they are fun to build. I know all the inside has all the guts and the drivetrain and gearing mechanism, and that can get a little tedious and annoying, but I kind of enjoy that. But what I like is the build up, right? So you're building all the guts, and then at the end, you start putting all the panels on and the shape comes together. You're like, oh man, nobody's going to necessarily see all the internals, but it has actual mechanism. I built all that, and then you put the shell on the outside. That is pretty awesome. And then also down the list, I do like this Castle Nocturnia from Dreamzzz. I know Dreamzzz isn't popular, but it's a beautiful set.
Zoom in. That looks amazing. This is a new release.
Right here.
Initial reaction. I love it aesthetically. For investing, I'm getting the same vibes as that Avatar set, $150. The purple tree thing. Price point is too steep. I don't see this doing well.
I don't think it's going to do well either, but I did see it in the Lego store built. Only 1,742 pieces, but it's actually a lot bigger than you think. Again, not for investing, but like 125, I would love it for a personal build. And even at 150, I might pick one up.
One set randomly that I am a big fan of is the Creator 3-in-1 Downtown set with the pearl gold. I've seen a ton of mini modulars made out of that set, and I think that those creator sets that do have mini modular builds, Rebrickables, that are pretty prominent throughout the community, I think that could be a driving factor to make people want to purchase that set.
It's really funny you mentioned that Creator 3-in-1. It's like the Main Street set, right? $150 set. I picked up 4 of them at $54. And I'm thinking if they go for $100, which would be pushing it, I'll be doing okay. But you're right, though. The Rebrickable builds from that are great, and just all the pieces at $54. Now, $150 is crazy for that set, but $54, absolutely. So back to the list of the 74 sets coming in August. By the way, that's like one of the biggest release dates in Lego history. Like, I don't remember a number that big, which is crazy, but scrolling down, some stuff in here that I'm not too excited about. The Play Scale Imperial Star Destroyer I like. Jaws is okay, but I want to talk about this Celestial Pagoda from Monkie Kid.
Whoa.
Here's another one that looks beautiful.
Oh my God. I'm getting Tower of Orthanc vibes.
Yep. And this one could actually be in a city build, right? Like, obviously it's stylized, but some cities have some unique stylized type towers. I mean, it's so vertical, which is awesome for a city build.
And it sits on a small footprint, so you could easily fit this on one green base plate and integrate that into your city.
It's open in the back, so it's the dollhouse style, but there's a lot going on there.
Those Technic beams, rather ugly.
Yeah, so if you were gonna, put it in a city, you got to do some mocking on it.
Oof. Not even mocking. I think you would just need to buy 2 and put them together.
Oh, that's a brilliant idea.
It's totally flat on the back. Somebody do that, please. I don't have the money for it. What's the height? Scroll down a little bit. What does Lego list as the? It would be higher. Where are you looking, bro? Where are you going? Okay, wait. Okay, 24 inches high.
It's like we've been on Lego.com before.
It's 24 inches high, 12 inches wide, and 8 inches. So that definitely fits just about on a green base plate. But it's 1,600 parts for 150. Monkie Kid occasionally has a little bit of somehow a premium IP tax on it, despite being Lego original. Sometimes we get higher than 10 cents per piece. But this one, thankfully, coming in under 10 cents per piece. Tons of gold, tons of that light blue. Those clouds look expensive. The figures look good. So I'm seeing the appeal.
Yeah, it's super cool. All right, back to the list. Are there any in here that you're seeing that you like? The rest of these
scroll on up, buddy. You're skipping over Jaws.
Oh, we got to
skip over ideas. Jaws. This thing has box appeal. The Jaws logo on the black box. I will say they made the named shark himself a little too cute, but maybe that's just part of Lego making it in their aesthetic, and it is a kid's toy. I guess they don't want to get too freaky with it, with the exception of the shark ship. The boat itself looks honestly pretty mid, but this is going to be a winner. 150 for this, very reasonable, right on that 10 cents per piece. Idea sets don't really have collectability coming from that theme. This has movie collectability, and Jaws is still super popular popular in pop culture. Every year we also have Shark Week, so has a cyclical interest in popularity. And the movie itself still gets a lot of playtime at indie theaters and things like that. You can still see Jaws in theaters.
It's funny. I agree with everything you're saying, and I like the movie. For some reason, I don't want this set for personal collection. You think I would? It's kind of a diorama. It's got an old boat that I like, but I don't know. Not for me.
I almost want to have the shark alone and take this boat, park it outside the old fishing store. Oh, it's got a stand. Okay, I like that. Sharks are sweet. Actually, there's a couple of Lego shark sets that are potential candidates for investment. I'm going to tip my hand here. That Creator 3-in-1 shark at $9, looking pretty good.
Well, that little $20 or $30 Creator 3-in-1 alligator that retired a year and a half ago, I think, is about doubled in money. Anything else here on page one? We won't pull it open, but I do like the construction crane. We don't get a lot of city construction sets, and some in the past have done well. And that one looks pretty good with all those.
That one looks incredible.
Yes, but it's $110, but it looks awesome.
Still, with a promo or on any kind of discount, that is great for your modular city. And scroll up real quick, Kevin. NASA's Ring of Fire mech. It's great to see that our NASA's Ring of Fire sets are still relevant. We have new sets coming out with this character. Whether that's going to help this old investment or hurt it, we don't know. That's interesting to me. This one is very bright. This looks really good.
Hey, from what I've seen at the price that we got those NASA Fire Ring sets at last year, I think they're doing pretty well already. You know, look, I like the roller coaster, nothing special. I like this one just because it's got some vehicles and minifigures, but
that one's almost like a Speed Champions car transporter. I don't know if it fits the 8-wide Champions. Maybe it doesn't. But if it does, that would be amazing.
So I don't think it does either. I think those are 6 stud wide.
Yeah. That modern house looking pretty good.
Do you know, is it modular?
I don't know, but just looking at these parts, I'm sure that amazing Rebrickables are going to come out for this.
I mean, it is a 3-in-1. So from that angle, you could, buy 2 or 3 of this box and probably come up with 3 or 4 modular homes.
Mini modulars.
Yeah, so that one's cool. Continuing on down, we get the new station and streetcar.
Pass.
Yeah, I mean, it's nice for your little cities, but pass there.
Of course, we have the Return of the Jedi, Desert Skiff, and Sarlacc Pit with these amazing minifigures, but $80 for 550 pieces. Way expensive. The one redeeming thing is that Rebel Alliance pilot in the red, the anniversary figure, looks really, really good. Great depiction of that kind of funny character. I love the figures. I hate the price.
And honestly, I hate the build.
It's kind of an awkward scale that it's not a micro enough Tatooine set, but if you wanted a full-scale build of the Sarlacc Pit, you could build that yourself using, mock that out of your own parts.
Let's keep rolling. Some Duplo sets. Some of those
I would say scroll up.
Oh, yeah, we got to scroll up.
King Boo's Haunted Mansion, please. So even though this is a Mario playset, I'm loving all the characters here. The dry bones, the Boo, and the build itself looks really decent. This is a better direction for Mario playsets. That game is cool, but the sets need to be able to stand on their own as Lego products. The back sides of this building fold in and you can completely enclose it. It looks really good for display from all sides. And so for 930 parts, $75, I'm loving the value here.
Yeah, it's a cool set. There's a picture of it all closed up. I mean, I think this one has a chance.
Old Mario and Luigi games like Haunted Mansion are still pretty popular. There's a retro group of gamers who are super into these old Nintendo classics. So while the source material may be old, it's still being kept relevant by a whole bunch of things. And I know for a fact this game has a cult following.
That's a great point about the whole retro thing, because Haunted Mansion is like one of the earliest locations in Mario, and it is still with us today. And so it's so iconic. And the way they designed this, and honestly, it's true to form with how with Nintendo, resurrecting and doing new Haunted Mansions. They haven't changed the style much over the years. I mean, it even today, it still looks pretty retro. So this just hits the nail on the head.
Oh, what? Another Batmobile? Another $55 Star Wars playset, Ahsoka Tano's Duel on Peridea? That's expensive. Great minifigures, but geez, $55. That's basically Lego saying, we know we're scamming you. You're going to buy it anyway, you suckers, because you want these minifigures. And I just feel insulted by that. We'll have plenty of time later in the year to assess this set. Do you like the $50 Koenigsegg? Oh, I guess it's in 2 colors, but do you like that scale of the Technic cars?
Love them. They're more for play, but they're so fun to build. My kids love them. Some of them are pullbacks. They got the little hand of God.
I was telling about investment investment, though.
Oh, see, I was putting on my, I love Lego hat. So actually more and more because, Lego's produced a bunch of them and they go on about 50% off more often than not right before they retire. And I think at those prices, that's a pretty good deal. And I think people are wanting to build a little bit of a collection with these $50 Technic sports cars. How about you?
Personally, I don't really care for the aesthetic of Technic, and I don't really collect Technic. I like to keep my personal collection small and compact. It's a lot of minifigures, clone troopers, things like that, and a few vintage sets from the year 2001, from 2005, maybe a 2007 set, and that's it. For sealed sets, I have maybe one shelf in my warehouse that is for personal build. Tournament Battle Arena, $50 for 659 parts.
Oh yeah,
That's great.
That's awesome. I mean, Ninjago just continues to hit after hit after hit. Oh, David, the advent calendars. I know these are always super exciting for investing.
Moving on.
Moving on. Dancing Groot is awful.
I don't know much about Marvel, so this is a skip for me.
All right, just trust me, it's awful. And now we're getting to the bare bones of the super cheap sets. I don't think there's anything too exciting at this point.
Honestly, look at...
Oh, wait a minute.
NASCAR Camaro. This model looks like it has an awful lot of stickers. Maybe next year.
As the resident diehard NASCAR fan and diehard Indy and Formula One a lot too, but I just run out of time to watch all the racing. I love this one. The hood and nose isn't perfect, but I love the color scheme here. I hope that they take this same design and do a couple of recolors so that you could get 4 or 5 of them and do like a NASCAR lineup, and maybe they put in 2 different sticker sheets so you could buy 2 and put 2 different liveries on them.
Kind of like the 7676 gunship from the Clone Wars. 2 different designs on the front of it, depending on which Clone Legion you want. Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Yep. Now, what do you think of the Ferrari F40?
It's a red Ferrari, so we're going to have 4 of these on the shelf for a short time before 2 of them retire at the end of this year. It's a great car. This looks way better than the 6-wide version. I have built that twice. It's fairly unimpressive. Those 6-wides have aged a bit poorly. 318 parts. I don't love Speed Champions as much at $27, but any official Ferrari product deserves my scrutiny and consideration as an investor.
I will definitely be getting one for personal collection. There's a lot to love about it. I mean, it is clearly an F40. I don't like the spoiler too much. The curvature and the lip just doesn't work for me. That's my least favorite part of the car. It's kind of an eyesore. And I do like, what are these called? The louvres or what's that called? The vents up front?
Is it an air intake scoop?
Something like that. But I love that that's actually brick built. There's no stickers or no prints to get that shaping. I think that's it, honestly.
Wait, scroll up. Oh yeah, what's that teal thing? The Ankylosaurus? High key? Click on that.
This thing?
What even is that? Is that Jurassic World? Yes, baby. Bumpy.
Jurassic World.
Is a 7+ teal set. That teal and tan and nougat green. Give me the overhead view. That's sick. Look at the movement on it. You've got the vegetables with it. Looks like a carrot, a pumpkin, a pile of leaves, and some kind of flower. Look how cute this thing is. Look, you got the pink tongue. I'm loving it. $25 for this part count is amazing. And if you can get this from a third-party retailer for 20% off, that's a win all day. I'm calling it right now. This is going to be the hottest investment of 2025.
You mean 2027 when it finally retires?
I guess we could look at some past Jurassic World play sets and kind of look at the average retirement or the average shelf life of sets in this price point, and that might give us a clue on when this might retire.
No, thanks.
Anyways, that's just a sampling of the sets that are releasing on August 1st. Leave a comment down below if you are planning on picking any of these up for personal build. I'd say that $110 city crane looks pretty dang good, and I look forward to seeing that in some custom modular cities. We hope you enjoyed. If you did, be sure to hit that like button and subscribe if you haven't already.
Yeah, it was fun talking about it and looking at all the new sets coming out. It's going to be an exciting time next couple of months.
Thank you for watching this episode of BrickTalk. We will see you again soon.